Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome, and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. I want a special shout out to Chris up in Atlanta, Georgia, one of our supporters from the start of the show. So shout out to Chris. And we're going on to the Stanley Cup Finals out in Denver, Colorado tonight, where the Tampa Bay Lightning attempts to win the third Stanley Cup in a row. Going after Lord Stanley's Cup, made it to the finals by beating the Rangers, Game 6 in Tampa. And now they will start tonight. The taping of this show is Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Tonight will be the first game in Colorado against the Colorado Avalanche in Denver. So we're looking forward to a big series. Hope we can sweep it. It's going to be a tough competition with the Colorado Avalanche. They're a great team, or they wouldn't be in the finals. Of course, we're a spectacular team, and of course, we got a little bias there being Lightning fans. And we want to be the Thunder for the Lightning. We're going to get Blackjack Braden Point back. He hasn't been playing in any of the playoff series, even Eastern Conference Championship. He will be playing tonight in Game 1. We've got everybody. Vasilevsky's okay. Stamkos is good. Kucherov's good. Hedman's all right. Everybody's healthy. We're ready to go. So we got a big series, and I know everybody's going to be tuning in to the Game 1. We're going to be giving you as much information as we can in the next show. But tonight will be the first game in that series. Go Lightning. Bring home that third Stanley Cup, and we'll be the Thunder. So all the fans get ready, and let's root on the Lightning to a third Stanley Cup. Now we're going to go on to the NFL, the National Football League. Not much going on in the National Football League right now. They're preparing for training camp in July. No news on Gronk. We figure he's coming back. We know Sue's not. Other than that, not a whole lot of news anywhere as far as the Bucs are concerned, other than we didn't have already on the show. Nothing earth-shattering is going to happen till training camp unless we pick up a receiver, somebody free agent receiver. We have about $12 million under the cap. They say it probably cost us 8 or 9 to get Gronk, so I think we got $2 or $3 million to play with. We could maybe get Julio Jones or some other receiver out there that we could pick up and bring in if we wanted, or a player of some magnitude before training camp. But we're pretty well set to get into training camp, and everything looks to be about what it's going to be with Gronk's addition sometime, we all believe. And that's going to be what's going on out there with the NFL. Nothing big as far as any news since last show. So now we're going to go on to Major League Baseball and to the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Rays had beaten the Cardinals in the series last week. A lot of good hitting. Wander Franco's still out in the lineup. They've got return of a couple of their pitchers. So we're about 10 games over 500 in the record, and we're better than 500 by 10 games, and we're not even at the midway point at the All-Star break yet. So we're still moving towards that direction. It's a long endurance test in the baseball season, but overall we're winning games and at a pretty good clip. Our offense is just not where it should be, but we're getting it all squared away with the Rays, and they've done a good job by beating the Cardinals, sweeping the Cardinals, and they've got a big series coming up this week. So now we're going on to the United States Football League. Week 9 is in the books, and the Tampa Bay Bandits, sadly, our Bandits aren't going to make it to the playoffs. They were beaten by the New Orleans Breakers Sunday, and that ended their chance to make the playoffs. It installed the Breakers against the Stallions in the playoffs, and we know the Stars are going to play the Generals. So there's your 2 games in the playoff round of the USFL. Not this week, because it's week 10. So we're going to continue to watch the USFL, but we know what the playoffs are going to be week after next. And our Bandits, sadly, in this first year, they got a chance to go 5-5 and finish up the year 500. But, they're disappointing down the stretch and their play. Tamu had too many dropped balls and too many fumbles, and it just didn't look they didn't look making that stretch run. The Bandits didn't, sadly. But someone's got to be winners and losers, and the Bandits season's not a complete wash, but they're not going to make the playoffs, sadly. So that's all we have on the United States Football League this week, and continue what week 10 and wait to the playoffs up in Canton the week after next. So now we're going to go to question and answers. The first question is from Debbie in Wauchula, and she wanted to know what I thought about Blackjack Braden Point's return to the Lightning in their quest to win third Lord Stanley Cup. And I think it's a very good realization of what they wanted with Blackjack out there. He's a good scorer like Kucherov. And Debbie, I think he's going to be real good for us. And nobody's seen him in a few weeks. He's been on the mend. I think he could have probably played in the Eastern Conference, but they didn't want to rush him back. But I think he's going to be a great addition. He's going to make a lot of good shots for us. He's got a real fast skate speed, and he's got a real ferocious shot. And he is a real scoring threat. And the Avalanche is going to have to take into account where he's at. He's a Nikita Kucherov on the other side coming at you with Stamkos and all the other scoring threats the Lightning have. So very big he's back. Very big, Debbie, he's back. And I think he's going to be a crucial piece to winning that third Stanley Cup. Debbie, thank you for your question and support, and God bless you. And the next one is from Alan. And Alan is in Avon Park. And Alan asked about the Love Golf Series and what I thought about the PGA and the Love Golf Series. And Alan, the Love Golf Series is owned, or Live Golf Series, either way you want to say it, is owned by the Saudi Arabian government. That's the king of Saudi Arabia. And he bought off all these players in the PGA. They gave him a ton of money, hundreds and 200s of millions of dollars. Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, we know the story. They're all going to the Love or Live championship. I don't support the Saudi Arabians, and I might regret to say that because they got a lot of pull in this country, but I'm an American. And I don't support the Saudi Arabians trying to take over one of the sports in the world. And I don't like people that sell out for money when they're rich. And these golfers that sold out to the Saudis, Phil Mickelson, you sold out. Dustin Johnson, you sold out. What would you do? I wouldn't sell out to Saudi Arabia if I was a millionaire. I mean, look who the Saudi Arabians are. Look who they support. Look what they do to their people. Their women can't even come out from under a burqa or drive a car. Is that who you want to work for just because they got money? So I don't support the Love Golf Series. And Alan, I think it's a damn shame. And I don't support it. I support the PGA and will continue to support it. And all I can say for those who took the money, God bless them. If they want to take it, that's their business. And everybody says it's all about the money. But there comes a time when it's got to be more than all about the money. And I don't, myself, Alan, think it's good. But God bless you for your question, and thank you for your support. DJX, what do you got for me tonight?
Well, Cowboy, you know how we do it. Yahoo Sports U.S. Commander owner Daniel Snyder declines to appear before Congress.
Daniel Snyder, the owner of the Commanders, which we all know used to be called the Redskins, is in trouble always, and he don't want to talk in front of Congress because there's a lot of things going on in that organization.
Mm-hmm.
There has been sexual harassment lawsuits are being filed by the Blue Moon of Kentucky on him. Okay, he's got a lot of stuff going on up in there in that organization, as an ownership situation.
Good old conspiracies going on.
Well, we had an owner named Jerry Richardson, if you remember. He used to own the Carolina Panthers, and he got caught with his secretaries and a little bit of sexual harassment up in there, and he was forced to sell the Carolina Panthers. The owners got together and said, look, we're going to force you to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we don't want your bad publicity. He sold it to David Tepper, who owns it now. Daniel Snyder's on his way out up in Washington. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. There's been too much dark clouds and too many things. The John Gruden situation, Bruce Allen, the sexual harassment complaints, the whole works in that organization. Snyder, you're gone. Just a matter of time. Okay, you're going to be sold out, and somebody's going to buy you. They'll just ask you nicely to sell the team, okay?
Yeah, you out of there.
Yeah.
All right, NFL, Mike McCarthy talks expectations for Dak Prescott in 2022.
McCarthy probably is talking the expectations, and we hear this from Dallas every year about the expectations, but here's the problem. When it comes down to deliver, they fail. And until you start delivering, you fail, okay? Mm-hmm. And Dak Prescott has been failing over and over again. Dak Prescott ran down the field on the running play and run the clock out, knowing good and well that he couldn't get down there and get the damn ball down on the ground last year, getting the playoffs in the 49ers. Mm-hmm. He knew it. And then his offensive lineman tried to cover the ball up, knowing the umpire had to touch it. Run more time off and lost the game. Okay. If you continue to choke every time you have an opportunity, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, if you continue to choke every time it's time to get it done, when do you say to yourself, he might not be able to get it being done. Because let me say about Dak Prescott. Dak, how many Super Bowl rings, being the starting quarterback those years in Dallas, do you have? And I'm going to tell you how many he has. None. And let me tell you how many Super Bowl appearances he's had, even if he lost the Super Bowl. None. And Lamar, down in the Ravens, Baltimore, Lamar Jackson. How many Super Bowl rings do you have, Lamar? None. And how many times have you got the Ravens to the Super Bowl? None. So you hadn't delivered, okay? You know, and expectations from McCarthy, you can tell me all you want, but you know, if you don't know when you got 12 seconds on the clock and no timeouts, that you best not run the ball down the field. And when you run it, looking down back and forth to see whether I should go down on the ground or not, and you run up to the line, and you don't give the umpire the opportunity to touch the ball where you can even make a play and spike it and let the clock run out, you got a long way to go. You know what I mean?
All right.
So, you know, I know Mike would like, and I'm not saying Dak Prescott can't win it for you Cowboy fans. He can win it, I guess. He hasn't. I mean, I'd hate to have the taste of what he did at the end of last year in my mouth. Of course, I have that taste as a Buccaneer fan because our new coach, Todd Bowles, called a zero blitz. All we had to do was hold the Rams down there and get the ball back. We'd have won that game last year. He calls a zero blitz and lets the money receiver, Cooper Kupp, run right by our safety, catch a ball, go down the field, and the whole Ram team had to run down there to spike the ball to kick a field goal to beat us. So I can't say too much about the coaching of Todd Bowles on that play. So I can't put it all on Dak Prescott making about it.
Right.
But and for all you Buck fans that watch Sports Talk with the Cowboy, I hope Todd Bowles wins 5 Super Bowls in 5 years as a head coach. But do not ever believe he did not call a bad play and bad call. And I think we might have won a Super Bowl last year, just last year.
All right. AP, Associated Press, they report painful playoff loss provides extra motivation for the Packers.
Well, there's always extra motivation for the old Packers. But the Packers are just like everybody else.
You roll with the cheese?
I got to tell you about the cheese. Rodgers, how many Super Bowls have you won? Let me tell you, like, Devontae Adams is the best receiver you had up there in Green Bay. And you took so much money, you couldn't pay him. And he's in the Vegas Raiders now because you couldn't pay the receiver that you needed to throw the ball to. Okay? So, how greedy are you? How greedy are you, Rodgers? How many Super Bowl rings do I see on your hand? You got one? Well, that's good. A lot more than Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson got. But, you know, yeah, I don't know about the Packers. I mean, you know, they're always good. They're going to win their division, and they're going to win the playoff games, maybe go to the championship game. But I hadn't seen them in the Super Bowl in a while.
Here goes some news for you. The big league USFL helmet cam show. Wide receiver Isaiah Henney getting hit so hard his tooth come out.
Woo! I seen that the other day. He knocked his teeth out.
Wow.
So, yeah, they said one of the players said he's going to pay for his tooth to get put back and knocked it out. He showed the helmet cam, showed it just flying out like a nut. I watched it. It was good footage. I mean, you got to give the USFL credit with these drones and these footages and these sounds effects. We DJX you had one on last week about that. It was perfect. Good, great.
No, I ain't get one this week.
No, but you had one on the show here last week.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up right there. That's what I got for you tonight.
Well, God bless you, DJX.
All right, God bless you too, Cowboy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your support and continue to support. Continue to share this with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't. And continue to send your comments so we can get your questions on air. And we sure thank you for your support. And go out there and support them Lightning tonight. And let's win that cup for the 3rd time. And until next week, God bless you and Cowboy out.